Hello everyone, this is Redact and this game is called Suzerain. Last episode we were nearly assassinated by some scum. I haven't figured out who they are, but when I do, they're in deep trouble. So let's resume. They're in a lot of trouble. Let's see. Merchant Nation. Okay, we haven't had the opportunity to do any trade deals. I assume the game will do something, but we have done some investment, right? So what did we do? We won a new finance bill, purchase some shares. I'm going to meet the CEO of Hoss, making my bitch. Vote for Boot van der Vaart. Okay, Arthur, I will do that. Accept the offer to privately meet. Decision made to promote a planned economy. Did the high-speed rail and declared my intention to work with the reformists. Nothing about getting assassinated. I was pretty sure that would be very, very important. Alright, read the report. Security measures at the capital being heightened after the murder of Bernard Circus. The mayor of Horsford reports that everything is under control. Security has been increased. The police department and the presidential guard. Entrance procedures to the palace have been revised. And the police chief has launched an investigation. Right, let's do this emergency meeting then. The mood in the Situation Room was gloomy. So who's arrived? Ministry of the Interior, Ministry of Justice, Vice President, Ministry of Defense, and Chief Strategist. Okay. Gathered to discuss the shooting. Bernard Circus was shot dead. 9:03 p.m. in front of the palace gates. He was elected independent member of Assembly and, as you know, a famous communist. So who would it be? The lefties? Spat out the last word with some distaste. Okay. Guards at the scene were 50 meters away and immediately took action by responding and killing the assailant, who was identified as a member of the nationalist organization Young Swords. Right-wing nationalist political organization. Connections to a number of armed attacks against the government. A youth organization, close ties to the National Front Party. National Front Party, might have to ban them. Established by a general in late 27. They engaged in urban guerrilla warfare with left-wing activists and militants. Scholars have described it as responsible for most violence and killings in the period. Staunchly pan-Swordist organization. Extend the area of operation to Swordist-speaking post-revolution Vangsland. Organization has long been a prominent suspect in investigations into the Swordist deep state and is suspected of having close dealings in the past with police forces and the judiciary branch of Sordland. What does that mean? President and family were unharmed, praise God. MP shot near the palace. This is absolutely unacceptable. It was, yeah. I agree. We're reevaluating our security measures. However, the recession has affected my ministry negatively. Sets a dangerous atmosphere where the left versus right political violence might spark again. Turn to those days would be devastating. The coups are the reason why our country stagnated for a decade. Nia, Minister of Justice, sighed. The Red Youth has condemned the killing, but didn't stop there. They promised revenge. This will in turn spark further aggression from the Young Swords. The whole cycle started because Bernard Circus expressed his views. We can't simply look away. Nia has always been one of the only members of the Justice Ministry truly deserving of the name. She has survived countless attacks on her character while fighting corruption within the ministry and raising to power had only compounded a sense of moral duty. Freedom of expression is part of our constitution. We can't have anyone, let alone an MP, shot for voicing different opinions. Meilan Yi this ideology that the Red Youth promotes poses threats to our country and too. We should be cautious, yes. Nationalist young shorts have overstepped and they should be put under the Luke for extreme action. Do I want to protect freedom of speech? Yeah, we're going to crack down on the young swords. And we will also do it to the red guys, whoever they are. Not a simple overstep, but attacking our country. Murder for political opinions is a thing of the past. Administration is building something new. Agreed. We shall reach out to the NFP and request them to calm the situation with the young swords. National Front, okay. They are the ultra-conservative political party. Biggest opposition party. Yeah, we should use this to crush the National Front party. Somehow. Legislative. How many does he have? They've got 40. Social democracy. Yeah, we need to... Well, I would like to get rid of these guys too. But I can do both. I'm going to crack down on them. Reach out to the NFP to request them to calm the situation with the young swords. The two groups have ties, and Mr. Kibiner sees reason after all. We can't be said about the young swords at times. Yeah. Ministry of Defense, Yusuf Lancia grunting disapproval. He towered over the rest of us in full military uniform. Many war medals conspicuously on display. All due respect, man, we shouldn't be quick to jump on conclusions without having a full investigation concluded. We should refrain from making the issue a political one from the start. It will only add fuel to the fire. You're right, we need to calm the situation. The government is capable of to maintain security. Our job will be to reduce tensions. Several police cars rush past the palace and everyone's silent. Regardless, a full investigation on all involved parties underway. You shall find the subversives and punish them soon enough, Mr. President. Good. I will do our best to help coordinate the administrative tasks. Justice will be served, and the rule of law will return to this country stronger than ever. Yusuf, only if we stay vigilant as a country. We must think about the upcoming budget. Yeah, our security funding. I want secret police and stuff. Internal stability must be maintained. Our security funding might need to be increased. I'm sure the Ministry of Interior has already undertaken necessary precautions. Rest assured that our police units and intelligence units are under increased threat condition. Nobody should be able to move a finger against government officials. We took some notes after checking the latest newspapers and reports. It seems that tensions between the communists and nationalists will escalate further. It will be very difficult to pass any meaningful change if there's chaos in the country. We can't fix a recession if there isn't stability. Yeah. You're right. We need to trust our ministers to stabilise the situation if it comes to it. This will be for today then. We'll convene again soon. Thank you for updating everyone. The meeting was concluded. Ministers left the room with concerned looks. It was hard to anticipate what would happen next. I will crush my enemies. That's what's going to happen next. What happened? Breaking news. Bernard Circus, a prominent independent MP known for his communist romanticism, murdered, leaving the Maroon Palace grounds after the inauguration ball of Anton Rain. Indicate politically motivated assault by far-right nationalists of the Young Swords. Shocking photos have leaked to the press showing blood-stripped stairs of the Maroon Palace. Heavily condemn this sort of political violence. It's a very cycle the president must break with reforms. Yes, reforms that make me more powerful. Yes. I'm glad we finally agree, newspaper. I will destroy... No. I will destroy my enemies. Right, I think we continue then. See to the next turn. Yes, that's okay. A few days later. Now what? Turn 1. Right, let's read the news then, I suppose. Okay. Swordist politician shot dead. Poet and politician who had spoken about the idea of a dictatorship of the proletariat Shot during the evening of Anton Rain's inauguration ball. Shot by a gunman at the entrance, who was a member of the Young Swords. He's said to have received threats from Swordist nationals who viewed him as a traitor. Television footage showed the famous poet's body laying face down, draped with a white sheet on the pavement in front of the gates of the Marine Palace. Lilias Graf, the Interior Minister, said she had assigned a group of leading ministry officials to lead the hunt for the killers. Once again, dark hands have chosen our country and spilled blood. To achieve their dark goal, she told a news conference, we're investigating all aspects of this crime. The funeral will be held tomorrow in his home city of Dea. The local police have said to increase security measures for the ceremony. Unity despite differences. Sordland has two paths to the future, and this year is critical to decide which path we embark on. Amid a recession, the lack of stability and security caused by the death of Bernard Circus is an unacceptable reality. Need more jobs, safe atmosphere of our country is supposed to grow and prosper. How will we increase our employment and open new factories if there's blood flowing down the streets? Sordland will never reach its goals in advanced society. We descend in a downward spiral of splintering our nation. Peace and prosperity now and forever. Murder was a method of the past. Tensions have increased between left and right-wing extremists. There's been riots around the country calling for peaceful protest and dialogue. Young member of the Young Swords assassinating a member of Assembly clearly shows they are willing to use extreme actions, says Franz Richter in his speech to the Grand National Assembly. We live within these borders together, and therefore we will bear a responsibility due to live together with our differences. Richter's unifying message is something we should all listen to in these times of danger of loss. The murder was a method of the past, it has tainted us, reminded us who we were before and who we don't want to become in the future, says Richter. Got to find something against him. He's the leader, isn't he? No, is he? I think so. Yeah. We need to get rid of him. So that we as citizens of the nation all bear responsibility but beyond ideologies, bipartisanship or any other identity. Okay, radical. Sad moment for Sordland. Lost a poet. Not only wrote about the struggles of the working class, but also acted on them. However, his decision to enter politics ended his life. Deed intended as a message to all opposing voices. We, the team here at Radical, condemn this evil act of terror of the Young Swords, who we believe must be held accountable as a whole group. Finally, time for the government to realise this organisation as a terrorist threat and serve the justice that it's due. So it's going to be in our hearts as a great poet, revolutionary leader of the swordist avant-garde, as a futurist, a romantic. Symbol of freedom speech. He's now a man who murdered for speaking his mind. This cannot remain as another political murder of a sad reality of Sordland. In fact, it's time to change this. It's time to speak up as people. Okay. Economists. The only way out of recession, bailing out business. Oh, here we go. Sordland's economy is just displaying a downward trend over the past 2 years. Fonzo's presidency. We want to prevent our country from declaring bankruptcy. We need a way out of the recession. I'm investing! Economic downturn keeps hitting hard at the businesses which are struggling to stay afloat. It's clear that a helping hand from the government is required to control the situation. No other way apart from bailing out businesses to truly provide relief to the economy. This in turn should revitalise the economy by creating more employment opportunities, increasing production. Really want to bail out these companies. Don't really want to. So what's going on here? Unintended bang in front of NFP office in Valgan was destroyed by police on suspicions of a bomb threat. Communist leader Mit Hanno has been arrested. Okay, so they're starting already. Fine. What's happening in Yen? Weapons seized. Police forces brought a wardrobe full of heavy military equipment has been seized in a Young Swords cultural centre. Regulars denied having any knowledge. Of course they wouldn't. Owners of the building have been detained. 22 rifles, 2 machine guns. Hmm. Illegal fire. Oh god. The Ribu Police Department raided the local Communist Party office and they found illegal firearms. 22 members have been detained. Oh, there's a lot of stuff going on. This is not good. What's going on with them? What do they want? Leader Agnolia has diplomatically critiqued the imbalance of trade between our countries. Concerns were raised about how much more Sordland profits from net trade in comparison. There's a fair reevaluation of existing treaties and future negotiations. Why would I want to do that? We're benefiting? I like that. Oh, here we go. Latest diplomatic message from the leader of Wellen has warned us regarding a pathway from the mountains of Bergia that allowed traitors of the state escape into Sordland. Demanded that border security be increased. I need to look internally, really. Don't really care about any of the people that are running from your country. Sorry. What's going on here? Lack of equipment and staff in the police forces. The escalating violence, the officers have been working 12-hour shift to suppress the protests. So they want reinforcements and extra supplies of tear gas. Police understaffed. Due to small size of police force, working non-stop. At the head of police, right. So we're going to have to increase funding of the police. Cash found with Rumberg-made weapons including 46 KA-74s, 2,854 bullets, 12 handguns, 27 grenades, bomb-making equipment. Right, trying to find out who that was. Okay. Young Swords. Youth wing leader dead after terrorist attack. Local Young Swords youth leader in Suzerain. Uziren? I'm going to go with Uziren. Yak Toyren has claimed responsibility for the organised attack in the Blue Dish market, resulting in death of 7. Base of operations has been raided. He's found dead and so with 2 bullet wounds to the back of the head. That seems like a suicide. Suspicious. Any news? No more news. Alright, let's go and see what's going on here then. Read the report. Chief of Police Carl has reported 2 Bluish women with affiliations to the Bluish Freedom Front caught in the whole sword before they could execute a terror attack at a crowded rally. Both of them were listed wanted criminals and enemies of the state. They wanted to attack the National Front's rally, Seoul Square. Both claim they were acting alone. Yeah, sure. Sure. Alright, let's go. Let's have dinner. Family at home, I guess. Security briefing first? Yeah, let's do the security briefing first. That's more important. I arrived in the front of the doors leading to the situation room. Today's security briefing will remain in 2 parts, starting with internal matters and then moving to external matters. Ministry of Interior, Ministry of Justice and Law would join us for the first part. The second part, the Ministry of Defence would join with a few high-ranking officials, including the Chief of Armed Forces. Open the door. Lucian, Nia and Lilius rose from their seats. Sir. Let's begin. The room sat down except for Lucian. He put on his glasses, went through the documents. Mr. President, ladies, we're kicking off today's meeting with the internal security briefing. I assume everyone has been already over the agenda. We all have busy schedules, so without further ado, I'll jump into the first topic. As we feared, political atmosphere has worsened. Reports around the country indicate that tensions are rising as we feared. What is the status of the Bernard Circus investigation? I received news this morning that the investigation into the murder has been concluded. Great news. I'm here. I want to hear the details. After the investigation and testimonies, we can confirm the motive and also the events leading up to the shooting. A few days prior, members of the Red Youth initiated a violent attack on Young Sword's local leader in Yen. The young swords then called for revenge, leading to the death of Mr. Circus. Okay. Since he often spoke against young swords and nationalist sentiments in the assembly, he was a big target, not to mention his radical communist views. He had it coming then. Oh no. Political violence needs to stop. Radical? Sordland has just lost a great writer. For what? The Red Youth are clearly to blame since they triggered it. We just need to stop the violence. Yes, we kept it at bay for so long, but it seems there are now new triggers. Investigating revealed a very troubling fact. The funding sources of Red Youth have a clear link to United Contana. Considered as a superpower. Right, so this is basically Russia. Fine. Alright. Are you sure? Yes, we have found the cash trail. Several Red Youth members with ties to United Contra have been detained. Information extracted from them points to preparation for a communist uprising in Sordland. Right. Isn't it unusual for the superpowers to influence other nations? But I think this case is a little far-fetched. The left lacks popular support in Sordland. Nia eagerly lifted her hand. I went over the report in detail. We'd be wrong to jump to conclusions about a clear foreign interference yet. United Contra has humanitarian and cultural ties with many countries, including Sordland. Yeah, they're trying to expand. We've done our due diligence, and the funding, operatives, and strategy all point to a coup plot. Our chief of police car has linked the funding channel to the United Contra consulate in Benfi. As you know, the enemies of Sordland are many, but we also have threats inside the country. We need to remain vigilant. As a government, we have all the power to deal with any threat. We need to remain vigilant, yeah. As a people and a nation, we go with essential freedoms to purchase temporary security. Oh God, we deserve neither freedoms nor security. This is debatable. Yes, we know that more security and surveillance causes this country under President Sol. Let's not forget President Sol, God bless him, brought stability after a long period of bloodshed and chaos. But moving on. Our highest internal threat comes from the estimated 20,000 strong Bluedist Freedom Front, led by the imprisoned Dulan Arj. They are a banned political organisation, now a military force trying to incite radical racial violence. Are they cooperation? Yeah, they're the banned one. After the there's not been a single attack made by the organisation. They make a lot of noise, little substance. Are they supported by our citizens? To some extent, likely they couldn't attract a wide audience of Bloods. They could potentially attract thousands if anti-Bluedist sentiment spreads again. Our intelligence intercepted 2 crates filled with weapons close to the Rambo border. More have been smuggled in since a group of Bloods were caught with these guns at a checkpoint. Rumberg has been active aggressively in the region for a long time. I'm not surprised they would attempt to weaponize the Bluedist people against us. This is worrying, very worrying. Yes, it is. Can we make any direct correlations to blame Rumberg? We need to keep level-headed with Rumberg. They're looking for reasons to take action. Can't let anyone meddle. Yeah, we're not going to let anyone meddle. Our security services are doing their best to prevent attempts. Grave news, but we must be careful not to stoke the fires of anti-Bluedist sentiment. What is the second most important threat? Gang violence is threatening the Nargis and England regions. 2 prominent organised crime families are at war, and the potential for bloodshed is real. Which 2 crime families? One is known as the Coronelli, and the other is the Skinner cartel. To be allies until a recent disagreement. Both are active in the cities of Narbal and Estord. I want them gone. For good. While I agree it would take Sordland a better place, it will not be easy. These gangs exist because corruption is so common in our country. They buy police officers and slip by checkpoints. I shall be honest with you, with our current capabilities we may not be able to prevent the further arming of separatists while maintaining order in Bergia, Nargis and England. You promised to increase Sordland's security and law enforcement budget. You must keep this promise. We will keep that promise. Yes. We will rid the country from separatists and violent thugs if you can support us. We will do it. You should stop using the word thugs, Lilius. The real problem is corruption, which is fueling the gang violence and very likely the reason why these weapons were smuggled in. A higher budget would help us end that. Valid points. Corruption is the root of all evil after all. The Ministry will tackle the issue with persistence, Miss Morgana. These threats seem more direct than a few bribes. Yes, corruption is the root of all evil. Unless I do it, and then it's not. We can look into corruption once the weapons have been found and the gangs have been beaten, yes. Just like previous administrations, kicking the can down the road. That's what's destroying our institutions. Lilius and Neo are opening scan. Look, we're going to get rid of these criminal gangs, and then we're going to look into the corruption, alright? I'm sure that there's a lot of corruption in my political adversaries. I'm going to find it, even if I have to make it up. This concludes the topics for the internal portion. Thank you for the updates. Thank you for the overview. Have a good day. Till next time. 2 minutes left the room. We took a short break before continuing the second part. Yeah, so I think we will end the episode here if I can. If I can't end it, I'll be back later. But thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.